Hey folks, Tuck here. I want to wrap up the conversation around base construction by talking a little bit about triggers and props. Now, those moves are exactly like what they sound like. A trigger is a strategic move designed to create a collapse in future play, and a prop is a strategic move designed to prolong or prevent a trigger. Now, I think most of us understand why we would set a trigger, and you want the structure to collapse, just not when it's your turn. But if there's any confusion around why you would want to use a prop, let me just say there are definitely strategic reasons to play defensively. The first one being just running up the block count, especially if you're playing for points. Running up the block count would be a strategic reason to play defensively. Another one would be the summit rule that we just added. So the summit rule says the person who stacks the last block reaches the summit. Now, the only person capable of doing that is the last person in the rotation of play. And the advantage of being in that position is that you get to see everyone else's base play before you make your own. So just as an example, if someone comes along and they make this play, I'm going to try and do this where you can see it on camera. And they make this play, and then the second player comes along, and this would be an example of a trigger. It's one of my favorites. They set this point-to-point trigger like this, right? And then let's say the third player position comes along, and maybe they're scared of the trigger, and then they kind of flub it, and they just lay that block right there. Now, it's your turn, and you're looking at that, and you're thinking, that's kind of a lot of real estate to work with. Maybe I should make a summit run. If you choose to do that, you definitely would want to prop up this trigger right out of the gate. So doing that, you come in here, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not, but I'm going to try and make a 2-point connection, one at the bottom and one right there at the top, just like that. And in doing so, I've left behind more real estate for people to play on. Now, that would be an example of why you would strategically play defensively. Now, in the next video, we're going to talk about the second round of play and beyond. We're going to move on, and we're going to get into the idea of countermeasures. Hey, you guys run over to thegamegravity.com and get yourself a copy today, and we'll see you in the next one.